Hello, guys. Doing a spooky review of the film Carnival of Souls, which was in 1962, starring a beautiful star, Candice Hilligot. How do you pronounce that? Hi- Hilly Hilligo. Well, it stars Candice Hilligas, however you say that, and this film to me is a masterpiece because you don't see films like this made today. Okay, this was a time when they had no budget. Okay, the budget was low. Let's just, we'll get that out of the way. And you had nothing to do with it, and but you went very far because throughout the film you could see there's a lot of emotion and you're able to connect with the character. Those are important things. Like, I want to be able to invest my time in the character. Our character, played by Candice Hilgas, Hilligas, however the fuck you say that terrible last name, literally. Um, so she's riding with her friends in the beginning, and they run off the road. They go into a fucking river, and they all die. She lives, supposedly. Um, and while she's alive, she goes through certain traumas. And this film definitely does a good job at showing trauma and what it's like to feel trauma. Um, I feel like if a person felt trauma, it'd be this film. So, um, Candace does a good job at portraying this character who's very vulnerable and sad, and she got out of a bad accident. Her friends died, so she's alone, and she's this um, organist. I think like a church organist. So she'll play stuff on the piano and on top of it, which gives a nice musical score to the film because the musical score to the film is very creepy. It's a very, like, if you watched Phantasm, the movie Phantasm, it's like that. It's like you have the it's like very haunting. Um, so she does a good job with that. The movie throughout the movie there is organist playing. So, um, but one thing I will say is this should have been longer because I was into it. I was very into this movie, and I watched it once before, but I came back to it now, and it was like, all right, I could see the hype for this film because there is a lot of hype. Before it was like, okay, they say it has a cult following, which it does have a cult following. It does, but it deserves that first of all, may I say, and the lead girl did a good job at portraying this character who was going through a very vulnerable situation after a car wreck. This movie has a good way of showcasing trauma and showing what it's like to go through a traumatic situation, and The actress did a good job. Throughout the film, we'll see her being haunted and mocked by a demonic entity in the fucking window, or if it's like it'll be like in the car window next to her, following her, or it's a guy. It's like a guy with like black hair, sort of the Vincent Price looking dude, and he'll be stalking her, and that's the spirit that's stalking her. She does a good job showcasing anxiety and dread. And this film did a good job. You know, when I look at this film, I watched it and it was like, okay, this feels like something that would be made today because the dialogue was on point. The way the characters interacted with each other was on point. Whether it being Candace and the lead woman of the lead woman in the apartment building, because she was like very nice, you know. She was understanding, and she was like, "If you need me, I'm right there." And you know, there's this guy across the hall, of course, and he's kind of a creepy guy, and he's in a way stalking her. Like, he's just like, she can't do anything without this guy looking over her fucking shoulder. Like, dude, just fucking go away. He was completely fucking creepy through the whole film. I thought they were gonna do something with that, but you know what? He was the creepiest part of the film. He was what made the film creepy. The guy across the hall. I did not like that character. I thought he was very fucking annoying. He kept coming in. He's like, "Here, have a cup of coffee. Here, have some alcohol in it. Come on, have some alcohol in it. Yeah. You fucking idiot." Of course, you know, this was before the era where you've heard of date rape or whatever. So she wouldn't have known about that. But yeah, no, the guy across the hall was the creepiest part of the movie. But other than that, the movie does a good job at capturing dread and anxiety, and it has a really creepy feel to it with the organist music. It has a sort of organ music, and like if you watch Phantasm and you listen to that score, that's how it sounds. The actress Candace Hilly-Goss does a good job at portraying this character who is going through a traumatic experience. And she wants someone around, but the guy that she wants around, he's a weirdo. So, you know, she literally basically begs him to come back to the fucking apartment with him, and he doesn't really, he's all about sex, all about it. It wasn't like he cared about her situation. He was very mean. I don't know if I'd say that he was a pervert, but I mean, he was. Because in the beginning we see him sort of spying on her as she's dressing. And so after we see him spying on her through the fucking doorway, you know, he plays the good guy. He does. He's very neighborly. Like, he'll bring her a cup of coffee, or a cup of coffee. He'll bring her a cup of coffee with fucking whiskey or whatever. but he's a creeper. He really is. He really is a creeper because he doesn't stick with her through the rough shit. He ends up walking away. He's not a good guy. I mean, he's not with her through it, thick and thin. Let's just put it that way. Throughout the film, and this is what other films today lack, where it's like, I care for this character. I really care about the situation that's happening because it's a tough situation and she's haunted. And of course, at the end, which, spoilers, if you're watching, spoilers for Carnival of Souls. Do not finish. If you're gonna listen to this, don't finish. She's still dead at the end, and we see her in the car. They pull up her car out of the river, and so I guess she did not wake up. She was dead the whole time. I guess that's the point. I guess. I mean, I'm just going by my thought because they didn't make it clear. First of all, they did not make it clear. So I'd say they made it so she was dead all the way through, and it was sort of a fugue state, or whatever you want to call it. Or it was where it didn't really happen, but still, this movie is amazing. I love this movie. I love Carnival of Souls. I've always loved Carnival of Souls. I got it on a fucking DVD horror collection when I was maybe, well, I don't remember when they released this, but I know I have a fun time with the way that our main character, Candace, reacts to situations. You can see the trauma in her face, or when she's playing the organ music in the church, and the music gets haunting, and she's playing it very hauntingly, and the pastor gets mad at her because he's like, "What are you doing? This is how you're playing music? You should be ashamed of yourself." And I'm like, dude, you're a bitch, dude. What are you talking about? She's doing a great job, first of all, and apparently she did a bad job at playing the fucking organist music. Apparently, okay. Fuck. God for fucking bed. But yeah, she walks out all guilty. She's sad. The movie does a good job at making me sympathize with the character, and that's what movies today lack. I can't sympathize with the fucking character if I don't know why I'm supposed to fucking sympathize to begin with. God damn it. It's a good movie. It moves at a quick pace, and you should definitely add it to your fucking Halloween list. Carnival of Souls is a fucking masterpiece, in my opinion. It's a fucking masterpiece, and the lead girl does a good job at portraying a character who is very lost, confused, and in a state of trauma where she doesn't know what the hell to fucking do. She doesn't know what to do, like she wants somebody there. So at one point she's like, the creepy guy who lives across the hall, she wants him to come to the bar with her, and they go to a bar together, and they're drinking together, and they're having a good time, but she's not really enjoying herself because she's with a creepy guy. and he'll go to the apartment with her and he'll fucking hit on her and he tries to fucking take advantage of her, and you can see he tries to fucking take advantage. You can. He tries to do something. I don't know what, but he was a douchebag. I did not like that fucking guy from the get-go. He was creepy. Spying on her when she's fucking changing. He just gave off very fucking big pedo vibes. I don't know. But yeah, I would definitely give Carnival of Souls from 1962 a shot if I were you. I'd give it a watch. It's a great film. It moves at a very quick pace. The actors do a very good job. The dialogue reminds me of dialogue of today. I mean, it holds up very well. So I feel like the film holds up very well in that aspect. Candace, Hilly, however you fucking say that. Her last name is so hard to pronounce. But yeah, she does a good job as the lead. I really feel sorry for her throughout the movie. I feel like I pity this character. I feel bad for the character. When I watch other movies today, I normally don't feel bad for the character. For this character, I feel bad. I really do. I feel very bad. I feel sad for her. I want her to get her shit together. I want things to be better. The creeper across the fucking hallway, I want him to shut his fucking mouth. He's a fucking pussy, and he's a fucking creeper bitch. I do not like that fucking guy. I don't, because he comes in, he's like, he tries to fucking roofie her. You could tell he tries to roofie her from the fucking get-go. I don't like him. I don't. But Carnival of Souls is an awesome film. Fucking at least a fucking 8 out of 10 for me. I love the movie. I really do. I mean, I think it's above House on Haunted Hill. I think it's above The Tingler. All these other old Vincent Price movies. I love the movie. I really do. I love it. I think that they do a good job at showing trauma. It is a horror film, but they do a good job at showcasing trauma, where she'll be in the car driving, and there's a weird pale zombie guy, and he's like in the window, and he'll be throughout the film stalking her. But it's not even just him. It's the guy across the fucking hall. It's the fucking pastor who says she's doing her organ music wrong. It's everybody around her. Like, it's almost like the guy who was stalking her as a ghost was not the bad guy. It was almost like everybody around her who was human was the bad guy, because they were fucking harassing her all the time. It was just like, okay, no, you can't play this organ music like this, and you have the douchebag next door, and he's like trying to fucking roofie her. He's like, hey, baby, hey, can I come in? Want to have a drink with me? Like, no, you give off mad creeper vibes, big time. Mad creeper. Yeah, other than that, nobody was really there for her through the whole movie. I mean, her friends died in the fucking car accident. It's depressing. It really is depressing. If you really think about it, depressing, well made, very fucking well made. You can't make this today. You can't. This is a fucking masterpiece. The acting, the dialogue, it just felt natural, and it felt right. Everything fell into place right. Not bad. You know, not bad for 1962, so not bad. Um, so that'll be my review for Carnival of Souls from 1962, starring Candace Hilgas, however you fucking say that. My apologies, people. So, well, that's my thoughts.